and I think that it's a rare occasion where you look at something and you're like, there's no reason not to do this. Usually there's a lot of pros and cons and everything. And I think that, we looked at what we could do with our engine. We looked at other games out there, and we felt like we could really knock it out of the park. And I feel like that was like one of the smoothest, easiest, funnest design things I've ever done in my career.
The worst, you want to tell me.
The worst. I would say the worst is for a while, or very early on, and again, this is all Wildstar, so I apologize. But I would say the worst is, it's the worst that didn't go into the game, or is it the worst? Are they asking for the worst that went into a game, or worst?
The worst, your personal worst, the thing that made you the most upset, wherever it occurred.
Okay, I think, when we initially started making the game, early versions of combat was just boring MMO combat. And there was a thought that if combat was too actiony or too difficult, too responsive, that it might not draw the MMO crowd. And I think when I was hired, we talked about having action combat, and I think we drifted away from it for a while. And I think that really bummed me out. I was like, well, I can make the game look really beautiful and go at it from that angle. But I think as a developer, I was really disappointed. Which then, when we decided to go against that and put in more action and combat, it was like one of the best days.
When I'm doing the practice battlegrounds, it's just like a light show of 4th of July. Everyone's leaping into the air. Things are exploding on the ground. I'm just like, what is happening? I'm just spamming every button that I have. It's kind of amazing. It's
sensory overload, definitely in some of the PvP battles.
Nice. All right, are there any hidden Easter eggs in any games you've done?
Oh, like just about every.
In Wildstar or anything?
Oh yeah.
Oh, come on.
I mean, probably the biggest one, which people have figured out, is that the Roused Hour is named after a very obscure character in old school sci-fi movie. It's impossible to stop. Like there are things where I saw somebody tweet or on Tumblr that we do have a Doctor. I'll admit I've never watched Doctor Who. I need to get on the bandwagon. I know, but yeah, like I know we have a Doctor Who reference in one of our items with the fish sticks and pudding, which I have no idea what that means, but I'm sure you Whovians or whatever you're called know what I'm talking about. So, like, for an MMO, it's very easy. Like, I think in WoW, we put the Terminator 2 claw or hand in, like, a glass jar in one of the things. We put, they might have taken this out, but because it's been a while, I think it was in Anixia's lair. Mm-hmm. He's, like, on the side of the wall, there used to be, like, these lava flows on the side of the wall. And we put, like, the shadow of the glaive from the movie Krull. I don't know if you remember Krull. Because, like, the glaive was in lava, and it was, like, kind of this shadowy thing. And we actually put it in, and you could just maneuver your camera to look into it. So I don't know if it's still in there, but originally it was definitely in there. And this is actually funny. This is a funny story. With Daxter, in Jak and Daxter, they actually have their own alphabet. There's like this Jak and Daxter alphabet that they use. And we were doing, I think it was a subway system, and I did all this graffiti, like, with all these messages in it, and Sony actually translated it all and had me rip it all out because it wasn't, like, approved.
Oh!
And it was nothing bad. It was nothing bad at all. It was just kind of like this funny little thing with developer stuff. And yeah, I had to change it to be approved stuff that we could put on the wall. So yeah, sometimes you never know when you're going to get caught.
All right, questions from the chat. Zetalux asks, "What is your favorite area of the game and why?"
Oh, favorite area. Um, I think I know this sounds weird again because it's a lower level zone, but I love Outer Rock, and I think that the reason I love Outer Rock is because that's what defined the style of the game. Before Outer Rock, the game went through three iterations of art style, and for the third iteration, we were like, let's do it the way we really want to do this. And we put together a proof of concept. And the proof of concept was Outer Rock with the orange mountains and the grass and kind of like this, snow capped mountains and blue sky and green grass and everything. And it had this westerny type vibe with the buildings and everything, and I fell in love with that. And to me, I just played through it again, and I just love being in Outer Rock. It's like the place where I would live in the game. So from that standpoint, that I think that's my favorite place. But I'm also a sucker for snow. I love usually in any game when it is the snowy level or the frozen level or anything like lot. So I don't know why, but I just love that feeling of being in the snow. And so I think like White Veil, being in White Veil, it just feels different. I just love being in the snow and frolicking on my hoverboard.
Cool. I have to say, if I'm going to WoW, I would say Teldrassil is the thing, like in all games, that just sticks with me. Like, it's just beautiful. And it's music, too. It's part of the music. And I think Wildstar has really good music as well. It kind of
Yeah,
immerses you.
Jeff Kurtnacker, like that guy's a genius. Absolutely.
Next question. What is your biggest challenge since release?
Oh wow, been a bunch of them. I think like one of the biggest challenges we're having right now is with botting,
Ah,
and it's our number